And we are live at 5:30/7:30 Central Time from the Piranha Pond. What's up, everybody? I want to welcome everybody to the pond. I am your illustrious host, Kingfish Mac, joined, as usual, by the Piranhas in the pond. Down below, you know my young bro, Mr. Frankie Nunn Flyer. What's going on with your baby boy?
What up, world? I hope you all are having wonderful evenings.
And to the left of me, always the best of me, you guys know who brings the brightness and the bling to the pond. My beautiful cousin, Miss Nick Mo.
Hey, people.
How you doing?
Nah, I'm here, baby.
That's right. And oh shit, lost my boy. Want to send there you go. Want to send a shout out to my other piranha, Mr. Nick Nass, who seemed like he was traveling when I talked to him. Seemed like I was hearing a whole bunch of air and whatnot in the background. But shout out to him.
Okay.
And hope that you shout out to you, Nick, and hope that you join us.
Wherever you are.
Get to some Wi-Fi.
You can. Right. Get you to your Wi-Fi. What's going on in the news today? You guys know what it is. Funniest thing happened, I want to say yesterday out here in Los Angeles. If you guys remember, we did a podcast on the baby and his baby mama, Danny Lay. Remember, he called the police on her, whatever. We'll talk about toxic relationships.
Couldn't get her out the house and all the shit.
Right. Shortly thereafter, her brother, forget what his name is, Billy somebody Bills, came on social media. Brandon Bills is his name. Came on social media and was talking about what he was going to do to the baby, this, that, and the third. He's been having this running dialogue, this narrative. I just got out of the hospital. I broke my neck. My neck is fucked up, but I'll still fuck you up as soon as I see you.
Still gonna catch that fade.
Let's take a look at this, and then we'll discuss when keeping it real goes wrong. Check it out.
Hospital right now. I got in a car accident. I got a broken neck. I still beat my ass with my neck like this, bro. On God. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we gonna do. When you come to the West Coast, bro, which I know you be out here, we gonna catch this one-on-one fade, bro. You know what I'm saying? One-on-one fade to see what happens between me and you. I want to see how much of a gangster you are. These hands, bro. I really got hands out here.
What do you?
I'm not 6'9". I'm not none of these rap niggas that be talking and they can't fight. I can actually fight.
How does a charity boxing match end? Between you and the babies.
I'm gonna knock him out. That's it. Ain't it simple?
That's the first round. Second round.
I don't know what round it's gonna be, but he ain't gonna touch me. I promise you that. And I got 200K on it myself, independently with my own bread.
And the collide.
Hey, that's that bowling alley action right there.
Indeed. The mollywop has occurred.
And the mollywop is going down. By the hair, though.
Welcome to Slam City, Population U.
Yes, sir. Took that nigga hair off.
Look at the crowd, though. Look, this nigga acting like he's still running. Bro, you don't want that. Bro, you don't want that.
Yeah.
When keeping it all the way real goes wrong.
Now it's gonna be like he. No, go ahead.
So after that, and what's kind of been the developing story, according to TMZ, is that law enforcement in Los Angeles is now investigating the baby for assault with a deadly weapon. I ain't seen no deadly weapon unless them things was a deadly weapon, or unless your homies, you know what I'm saying?
But what about the boat? What about the bowling ball?
He hit him with a bowling ball?
I mean, it was a bowling alley though, right? That don't count.
He didn't hit him with no ball. He just took off on it.
So he was bowling ball adjacent. He was close to the bowling
yeah,
ball.
close enough.
It could have went. It could have went bad.
Or he go tell him
from the bowling ball.
He beat him with the lane. He beat him with the lane. That's what that is.
It could have went bad.
Deadly assault with the bowling lane.
You got to think about what could have happened. Could.
So of course, you know, the boy and his sister Danny Lee both came on social media afterwards, and you know, was with the rah-rah shit. Oh, that was lame. Oh, it was 10 niggas. Whoop, this, that, and the third. My question for the pond today, right, is what I'm always thinking, right? All these niggas that be on the internet talking about a fair one, right? Do you niggas really have y'all mind wrapped around what's going on in these times? Is there really a such thing as a fair one, or does fair mean I win? Talk to me, Piranhas.
Well,
okay, go ahead, Shell. You know the ladies always first.
I don't know. Because what I really want to say is, why the fuck you had a baby with this nigga? You knew he wouldn't shit. You knew he was for the street. And now everything in your life revolves around drama with him. Oh, he don't call me today. Oh, he didn't check on us. Oh, we got COVID. We ain't heard from him. Why the fuck you had a baby with this dude? I mean, I'm sorry, y'all. I know porn. That's not very. I sometimes you gotta ask. Why the fuck you knew you knew how he was. You knew he had issues. They got way too much birth control on the market. You got way too much fucking money. Not to invest in something. They got a couple of different types.
You can't lock a nigga down with birth control.
Understand that, and I don't know.
You can't lock a nigga down with birth
control. And I know I'm different. I don't think I'm all that different, but if I did fuck up, have a baby for a stupid ass nigga, you ain't gonna. I'm not gonna be on that whole on social media complaining all the time because I fucking knew, and I should have just did that.
Even if you had to,
my pride wouldn't let me. My pride wouldn't let me do all that. I mean, they do too much.
Even if you had the bag, though.
Not only her, Erica Miller in that category too. They fucking do too much for these dudes who they knew was for the street. That's my.
So you saying if Duke is on Instagram telling the nigga he gonna punch his lights out for fucking over his sister, and then a nigga smack Duke in the mouth, right? It's your fault, right? That's on you, right?
Yeah, it really is.
Now first mind you, this ain't never gonna happen, right?
Never gonna happen.
Ever
gonna happen. There's a couple of reasons why it's not gonna happen. First off, it's not gonna happen because I'm not gonna allow you to take a lick when I'm gonna take the fucking L. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I done had plenty of boyfriends that wasn't the best by me, but I'd be damned if I was gonna let my family get in the fucking middle of this shit. My pa put him in the dirt. My cousins, him this nigga up when they see him. I'm not gonna do all that because I knew fucking better, and I knew, and you gotta know, you know. Nah, one less him putting his hands on me or some shit like that. But like other than that, though, I'm not gonna involve my people in this dumb shit I got going on with this dumbass nigga I decided I'm gonna be with.
So, to answer the actual question, it wasn't no fair. It was a long time ago. Like I run with a squad of tunes and goons, bro. Like my tunes didn't play that. If we going, we going, and you better hope you have people with you, because if you don't, that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to tell you, bro. Mine's is right here, so and I don't expect them not to move. If I move, that ain't how we move. You know what I'm saying? Everybody go get some. So sort of like Piranhas, kind of like what we do. But um, I I got a sister. This is my second point, and if any of her dudes had a problem with her to where to that extent, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Cause
Absolutely.
my
They got
sister's a
power
fighter
to do.
though, so it ain't just gonna be no bullshit. It's gonna be a whole situation, and it's
Yes.
gonna be a
Yes.
massive clash. So my sister got stupid hands. So uh, not only is she gonna beat him up, I'll probably go online and laugh about it and shit, and he'll probably want to issue a fade with me. But in that fact, I'm gonna have to go beat his ass. Like I ain't tripping that part. But yeah, I wouldn't have to worry about that. My sister got hands, so nigga put her hands on him. I mean, his hands on her. He got problems, and ain't talking from me.
Yeah, 'cause I
'Cause
got
my
way too
sister
many
got
people that
handles,
care
nigga.
about me for me to be, like,
My sister got handles, no bars, nigga. She will
way
give
too
them to
many
you, nigga.
people to be
So I
involved in
mean,
this dumb shit we got going on. Like,
you know. So I wouldn't suggest it if you do deal with my sister, because you gonna have problems,
now don't
brother.
get me wrong, it wasn't a good look all the way around the board,
And
but
I'ma laugh at you
again, like,
on social media, nigga,
at the
right
same
here in
time,
the
you wouldn't
pond.
even have to deal with this nigga had you just,
True, but I
I don't
mean,
know, like
and then you
I
got
understand that so many people that having problems together, y'all didn't have to be together. Y'all didn't have to have these bonds that tie like this, like, you know.
and
So
2.3, nigga, you already knew what was gonna happen. You said all that
Hey, mama
bullshit.
now.
You already knew what was coming as soon as the nigga
right,
seen you. Hey, ma,
right,
you
right.
already knew
You
what was gonna
know,
happen as soon as that nigga seen you. So
right. Right.
Hey,
Some
Mimi.
stuff is
hey, B.
hold on, Keith, here, this one for you. Some stuff is a continuation of them internet streets.
Hey, you said all that shit.
Right.
You got to pumping all that shit. You
Sometimes,
already knew.
hold on,
You
I
should have
was
just took
laughing
off
the
as
other
soon
night
as you
because
seen
I was
that
like,
nigga.
hold on, I was laughing the other night, just laughing, just talking to myself because I was like, you know what, bitch? Some point in time, you're gonna have to come through with all that shit. You be fucking talking. Same with the
Exactly.
internet,
So look,
same with these internet feeds. At some point, you're gonna have to make good on all that shit you said.
Micklin is
yeah,
absolutely right. Right.
yeah,
Right.
Absolutely right.
yeah.
So look, the shit, the funniest, the chain of events, the way that it worked out, right, is the typical nigga, you ordered this on the menu, nigga, this is what we served you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like this nigga was on, like,
No
first of all,
celebrity, no nothing.
you
Like,
in your sister's business, nigga, for clout. Right. Let's just get it straight. Like, you didn't pick up the phone and call a nigga that got a baby by your fucking sister, threatening nigga, or nigga, you did that shit on Instagram for
Right,
months, right?
right.
Like, nigga, you just been calling this nigga out. You actually said, yeah, next time you come to the West Coast, we could just meet up, whoop whoop, and we can shoot a fair one, a one-on-one, whatever, nigga.
I
I
said,
don't know what
sometimes you gotta
fucking
come
block
through
you
on all
from,
this
nigga.
shit you talk.
Check this here, homie. It's like somebody said this shit on the internet the other day. If a nigga is talking that rah-rah shit on the fucking internet, what you gonna do to me? And I'm a motherfucking millionaire, right?
On site.
First of all, it's on site, like Meekland
On
say,
site.
right?
On fucking
Mm-hmm.
Right.
site.
Soon
Right.
as you threaten me, nigga, like, we gotta get out, homie. Like,
Right.
soon as we see each other,
I mean, you
something's
ain't even
gotta
gotta
go down.
introduce yourself to me for good measure. Because,
That's
hey,
what I
this is
said.
how
That
you
nigga should have
feel.
took off soon as he
Not none
seen
of
him.
that. You
Right.
said what you
Soon as
said.
he
I
seen him.
felt how I felt, and it is how it is when we see each other.
Soon
It's
as I
got to
seen
go
that nigga,
down.
yeah.
And on top of it, if you show up to where me and my niggas is, and you walking up in the joint and shit, right? Like, nigga, you Billy Badass. First of all, I'm figuring you strapped, and you lucky we don't dump your ass out on site. And
Mm-hmm.
if you get close enough without pulling the strap, I'm gonna knot your ass up. I'm knotting you up anyway, right, nigga? Just the fact that you showed up, nigga. You showed up for the fade, nigga. And
All that
the
shit
way
you was
we
talking.
get down is, I could look. I love my niggas to death, and we all older right now. I could actually tell my niggas, hey, look, I got this, man. This is just a head up. As soon as I take off, everybody's taking off, nigga. That's just what it
Right.
is. That's just what it is. You just can't stop my niggas. My niggas is just gonna do what they gonna do, right? That's how we get down.
Man,
Fair means I win. Period.
like I said, mine gonna be here. I hope you got yours, nigga. Cause it ain't my fault
Nigga
at that
walked
point.
up in that situation thinking, "Hey, what's up, Relish?" If a nigga-
Ram! What up, baby? Yep, that's one of them. Young Piranha in the building.
Yeah,
It's kind of what we do. You know what I'm saying?
exactly. Justin the Alpha. Is this my boy Jew? This ain't my boy Jew. Is it? Or is this my boy Hack? Ain't no honor amongst thieves. No rules.
No, the streets. I mean, I'm just saying. Plus, niggas ain't like you walked up in here, man. It ain't like we walked up on you. You know what I'm saying? You walked up in here, nigga. That's all business as usual for us, nigga. We move as a unit, nigga.
You ordered, look, nigga. You ordered this meal online, nigga. You walked in to pick it up, and we served you.
Nigga, DoorDash. DoorDash, nigga.
You came for it, nigga.
Including the receipt, nigga. DoorDash, nigga. What you mean? DoorDash, we right here, nigga. Postmates, we pull up. You know what I'm saying? What you mean, homie?
So do y'all think that this nigga's whole play was for clout, or do you think he was legitimately
I think when he went into that situation, he was gonna be like, "Oh man, you know, I really ain't tripping like that." Blocker. And baby got that cool reach, nigga, hit him with that young haymaker, and the boys did the rest. He couldn't even get no more after that, nigga. It was the meal was being served at that point. Nigga, they were tearing that nigga apart at that point. He couldn't even get back in. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he did it for clout, but clout got his ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? Nick would be proud of this. You know what I'm saying? He'll take that as a win, for one win for clout. Nigga, see what clout get you?
Take it as a win.
So that's one win for the battle with clout.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you. That's one win for the battle with clout for my nigga Nick. I'm gonna tally that one up for him too. When he get in here, he'll take it. He'll let you know about it. But yeah, that's what clout will get you though, especially when you fucking with real niggas. That nigga, the baby wasn't playing with that nigga. Talked all that shit and got socked in his mouth.
Nah,
And
I
then,
don't know. I don't even know why he didn't expect it. Like I said, at some point when you're talking all that shit, you gotta make good on it. So you think the
exactly. He
first
should
thing
have been the first.
after all this shit you talking, you run up on this nigga just because it was supposed to be a cordial situation. Didn't mean that nigga was coming to be cordial with you.
That nigga should have took off on that nigga the first chance he got. I wouldn't give a damn if I had to sneak around the bowling alley. As soon as I see that nigga across the room, I'd have been like, ooh.
What the fuck I do when I saw you?
I'd have snuck around that motherfucker like a ninja, nigga, and just dope feed him. Boom!
Okay, it's gonna be what it is when I see you. You just thought it was gonna be some diplomacy to it. Fuck that. I'm not a
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Nah, nigga.
No,
like I said, as soon as I seen that nigga in that bowling alley, I'd have been hiding behind trash cans and shit, creeping up on that nigga like a horror film, nigga. As soon as he turned around, BAM! Nigga, I'd have got on.
Sometimes you do some shit and you don't think it through.
Cause I see all these niggas too. I'd have hit that nigga one good time and moved on his ass. Nigga, boom! All over the trash. Trying to get my ass up out of there. But yeah, you gonna have that on film, nigga.
Right.
I ain't playing with you.
Right. The baby came to say, I don't give a shit what I fucking got going on. Bitch, I can knock your ass back.
That's crazy,
I'll take
bro.
the hit on that. Just throw it on top of the other fucking charges I got.
How this motherfucker go declare war and don't shoot? How that work? That's crazy.
Next topic. Netflix.
Hey, my man was cold. Bro.
Netflix has put out.
What was that dude's name in with New York? What was his name?
Something Levere or some shit. Richard.
Netflix they have put out a new
right.
whatever you want to call it. It's not even a series, it's a movie called
It's
the Tinder
a docu, something like that.
Right. Kind of like a docu.
Right.
Ain't even a series,
exactly.
just one.
Right.
So this is your boy Simon Leviev, or however you pronounce his name. Old boy is, if you guys haven't seen Tinder Swindler, spoiler alert, About to tell you all about it.
See a spoiler alert.
So
All
your boy Simon, right? Simon was a guy who was on Tinder, right? There were a couple of chicks who met him through Tinder. He was purported to be a billionaire son. His dad was supposed to be some fucking the king of diamonds over in Israel and dealing with the Russians and some more shit, right? All the ways in international news. This dude, the way that the Netflix show opens up, there's a chick from Norway or somewhere, Oslo. She meets this dude on Tinder. All his pictures in private jets, sporting events, polo shit, fucking race car events, hella parties, all of, fucking globe hopping and some more shit. She hooks up with him. They're going back and forth with the texts, and at some point he says, "Oh, okay, well, I'm here in whatever city she was in. I think she was in London." Meets up with her, or has her come to the hotel that he was staying in, five-star hotel, right? Like, cream of the crop shit. And last minute he's like, oh yeah. Last minute he's like, well, we need to fly to somewhere else, Brussels, wherever the fuck, some other country. Jump on a private plane with his baby mama and his baby, his security, and his homeboy. And the new chick, first date, flies to another country, you know what I'm saying? Another 5-star hotel, does it up real big, nigga smash. Morning time, he's like, boom, I gotta bounce. Sends her back on a commercial flight. Now everything is kind of through text. Till they meet up again. When they meet up again, it's on some, highfalutin, high-flying ass, meet me in the next country ass type of shit. At some point, he sends her a text with, he sends her a text saying that basically it was some drama, right? And the end result is that he needed $25,000. She goes and takes out a loan for $25,000, runs that to him. Then it's a whole bunch of other fidangling where he's having her take out credit cards, this, that, and the third. He's got the credit cards. He's all over the country. Basically, he's saying that all his cards are frozen because people are looking for him. Has something to do with his father and the Russians and Russian mafia, this, that, and the third. It's all kind of hijinks. And come to find out that he bilks the lady out of like $250,000 is what she ended up owing. Another chick that was a friend of his ends up getting her on the same kind of scenario for like $40K, and then another girlfriend for like $140K. All this is before the story comes out. The story comes out, he goes viral internationally, blah, 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 gets gaffled up. Netflix does the fucking story on the 3 chicks. The one chick that got bilked out of the 250 who was in love, the $40,000 chick who was just his friend, and the $140,000 chick who was his current girlfriend and ended up swindling him. I say that in quotes. Question of the day is, how culpable are you in your own fucking swindle? Like, fuck him. We're going to already just assume and accept the fact that he's a piece of shit. Right? Like his whole play, it came out that he wasn't a billionaire. This is just what he does. It was all game, this, that, and the third. I got some whole other ideas about it behind the scenes shit. Don't even apply to this conversation. But for all intents and purposes, he's a piece of shit. Nobody's going to argue against that. My question is, how culpable are you in your own swindle?
First of all, this is gonna be one situation where I don't feel like he's a piece of shit. I feel like he was that stupid. So
What?
I'm gonna go with that on there. Yes, I'm gonna get some backlash. I get it, but I don't think I think he allowed with you. You know, you took them first 2 dates to fucking Dubai and back around the world again, and kind of like lost your little ground. And then I get that. But first of all, I, "Hear Me Out" would have been the song I was playing as he told me what he needed the first time. But then all the motherfucking times, nothing in my psyche was gonna let you even hit my fucking size. Was gonna let me take out a credit limit for your fucking ass. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, is he really a fucking asshole or you really just that stupid? So I'm gonna leave it like that. We can argue all day. I ain't tripping, but I I I'm a fucking real one, and that shit ain't fucking happening. And even if it was to happen, I mean, come on now, like there would definitely be some parameters around this relationship. It definitely wouldn't be somebody that I was seeing fly by night. It would have to be somebody that I was in, like not even just fucking long term. We'd have to have some dealings together, like we live together, or we engaged or some shit like that. And not that couldn't happen on those terms too, but not just some dude who in my fucking DMs on Facebook or Instagram, and once in every 6 months he take me around the fucking world, even if it is a whirlwind of a vacation. Ain't nothing about that about to make me do that.
Man, are the women held accountable? Okay, so look, right? Uh, yeah. If I could find some stupid ass broad to give me 150, I mean, she may be stupid, but if I could be so lucky to ever stumble
You
upon
know
a
what I'm
woman
saying? Like,
to, you know what I'm saying? Well, all I gotta do is spit some game and show a nigga getting beat up and shit. Like, them just my boys. They after us. And then she be like, oh, baby, I want to help. Here's $60,000.
you might go treat me to
Hey,
no fucking fun ass weekend in LA, and you can take me every fucking where that is to take me, and I'm
right.
not ever gonna still do that shit. Like,
My whole thought would be, damn, this is lucrative. I mean, what the fuck you expect me to do?
I'm not gonna lie.
Like,
Sometimes as a
that's
woman, I just
crazy.
be like, well, how stupid do I want? I mean, like I try to put myself, and I think I do it because I like to be more harsh on myself, and I just got issues. Fuck it, I do. So
I,
I think I do it from the standpoint to be like, damn, bitch, how stupid you gonna be for this nigga? So I try to put myself in that mind frame to be like, he thinking the same thing. Well, I got a fucking duck. Let me see how far I can get with this shit.
who
So
wouldn't?
I try to play both angles in my mind,
Who
and
wouldn't?
because for one, you gotta profess your love from the fucking Himalayas for me to actually believe you might. You fucking might.
So here, look, this is a trip, right? Because
I don't trust like that.
this right here is this meme on Twitter is
That's funny.
the epitome of what it is, right? This is exactly
And
how
baby
sister would
mama,
be.
Kid, you did say baby mama and kid was on the plane too, right?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
they was all in with it. They was all in there getting it in with the Flynn, man. They was.
yeah.
Oh,
A sister would not have been trying to hear none of that shit. First of all, nigga, you the son of a billionaire. How you need my 30,000?
from right.
That's the first thing, right?
And,
That's the first
and
thing a sister
hold
gonna
on,
be saying. Like, nigga, are you for real?
I'm not mad that you baby mama getting treated too, and we all gonna do it up or do it big or however this is gonna go. But
I'm not paying for
if
shit.
you haven't personally talked to me about that, then you can afford 2 private planes.
So here,
But
so here, let me say,
had you told me that, hey, I want us to take a trip together, and baby mama coming too, and this is what it is, and I need to make a choice, so if I make accept this shit, and maybe baby mama might be cool as fuck. I know a lot of people who don't want their baby daddies, but could be and want them to find somebody decent so they can stay the fuck off their phone.
so here's the thing, right? And two things, both of them one plays into the other. So I, I put this up for a reason, right? Like I said, this would have been pretty much every sister that I know would have been her response. Like, damn, that's crazy. Y'all be careful out there. You know
Right,
what I'm saying? Like,
man,
nigga, that ain't
dude.
got nothing to do with me. And
So sorry to
nigga,
hear.
whatever you about to ask for, don't. Right? funny thing though, right? And
They don't.
I had an initial reaction to, really it was to the first chick, the Sicily chick, right? But really, it kind of applies to all of them. And I kind of discussed this last night too. So what I was struck by was this. Say if it was me, right? I met a chick and I'm, for whatever reason, right, we hit it off, or, we hit on the first night or whatever the fuck, right? So it's a sexual attraction. Let's just say she digs the shit out of me, right? And, fucking third date, I'm asking for a 25,000, not 2,500, not $25, 25 grand that she don't got. And she's gonna go take a loan out, a high motherfucking
No, she wasn't.
APR, fucking one of them cash,
wasn't.
checking the cash ass loans and shit, right? Like,
no.
What chick do I know that's ever gonna be trying to do some shit like that for me? None, right? Like,
First of all, if it's a chick you know, and this is the chick we know, that's not gonna happen.
Right. So, but here's the thing, right? This dude wasn't me. You know what he was? He was that 1% of the fucking population, the male population that I'm always talking about, right? That rich, charming, handsome as a motherfucker, jet setting, single, you know what I'm saying? No kids, future in front of her. And there's a bitch that's on fucking Tinder. You meet this nigga on Tinder and you think that you the one, not some princess chick, not some fucking supermodel chick from, my fucking Sweatlana or some motherfucking body. No, yo ass, right?
Not some
regular motherfucker,
right?
Your old Tinder ass.
Looking at the fucking Mona Lisa. He met
in Norway
on the fucking swipe.
Your old Tinder ass in Norway.
So what she did, and this was a trip, right?
So she overplayed her hand.
This chick at the very beginning, she said, "Oh yeah, I'm like a Tinder specialist. I've got like 1,500 matches." Right.
What?
And I'm like, okay, well, that's what you do. You like really searching for a particular type of person, right? Like if you haven't found somebody that kind of will satisfy you and hit maybe eight of the 10 points in 1,500 matches, then you looking for the nigga with 10 of the 10 points. Guess what? That was him. Right.
And that's what it got you.
And you was willing to do whatever, right?
To keep that.
I'm saying, like, I was talking to somebody last night and I said, okay, look, this motherfucker, the first thing he asked her for was 25 racks, right? She had to go get a loan for 25 racks, right? That nigga spent that on that plane trip.
Right.
Like a private plane ain't like fucking 300 fucking on Southwest.
I don't know nobody I'm gonna get 25 cents from. I don't know.
You feel what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, from her perspective, she was like, damn, he's asking me to do so little. This is so little in the greater scheme of what I'm going to get back.
Oh, okay. So borrowing 25 cents to give to somebody else because she thought he was like maybe like the second coming Ireland. She figured it was going to be worth it. It was going to be greater later. He was going to take care of her later.
Exactly.
Don't sweat the
Otherwise, why the fuck would she give it to him?
Right, because bitch, my daddy is fucking the hobby in the buy. Don't sweat that.
She bought it. Look, I said last night, like, okay, every time this bitch went on Tinder, right, she was motherfucking hitting that motherfucking, pulling that goddamn slot machine arm. And then that nigga swiped right and it was a match and that was a jackpot for her. Mm-hmm. Feel what I'm saying? Like, I hit the fucking jackpot. I just won $250 million off this $20. This is how she looking at it.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Because like I said, if he was just a regular motherfucker that needed 30,000, that bitch wasn't giving that nigga no 30,000. She showing the fuck wasn't taking no loan out.
Born against my what? My house?
The fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like you knew what the fuck.
I want you to pull all your equity out your house, every last fucking bit.
Every bit of it, just one time, and then we'll find something else the next time. You know what I'm saying?
I'd be scared to ask my wife's daddy to do some shit like that. Come on now. Look, I would hit that nigga up about a dowry before I hit that nigga up about, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you're a carpenter, and all you say is that I want to help build your house up. Yeah, still I know I want another room, and I'm dancing around the words to say, hey, when you get a chance, can we think we might have to talk about building that room? Talk about it. Talk about it.
Like I said, man, if a nigga was ever so lucky to fall into some shit like that.
So here was the second thing,
that
right?
bitch dry.
And this kind of plays into, this my allegation, right, of what a person's motivation is. The baby mama, right? I don't know if you guys caught this. So prior to this nigga dealing with the chick, the Cicely chick or whatever, he had some fraud cases of the same kind in Israel with three chicks. Two of the chicks looked like they was kind of blackish or darkish, probably from Arabia, some motherfucking where, Palestine, But then the third was his wife. I mean, his baby mama.
His baby mama, yeah.
So 3 years prior to all this shit that we finding out about, she got swindled by him on the same type of lick, filed a complaint about it with the police. At some point, she hooked back up with this nigga and had a whole baby.
Right. I was like, what?
And not only that, you on the plane with him with the next bitch that he's swindling way in another country. Bitch, you know what it is.
Yeah, she knew what it was.
But you feel what I'm saying? So I'm saying that, look, okay, let's just say if you the baby mama, right? At the time that you get swindled, say he knocked you down for 150 grand, right? Now you don't got nothing, right? Your 150 grand is gone. Your old creditors, this, that, and the third. You ain't got no fucking job. You crying on this phone. Why? Let's just say his thing really, his primary occupation ain't this scamming women. Let's just say this nigga is doing something else that affords him to be able to be country hopping on private planes with a bodyguard and a business partner, right? Because I'm still not understanding, why do you need a bodyguard if you just scamming women? Right? What does your business partner do? These niggas don't do nothing. You feel what I'm saying?
They don't perpetrate the front.
Ain't nobody talking about enough money for this lifestyle that this nigga was living. Nobody. We haven't even gotten to $500,000 yet of the shit that we know.
And
right. Look, at the end of the movie, right? It was a trip, right? Now I deciphered this shit, right? It's fucking subliminal bullshit, right? At the end of the movie, what they did is they put all this different shit up. What happened to different people? Whoop, this, that, and the third. They put him up. This motherfucker's back balling, right? So they got a Ferrari, a Lambo, fresh fucking Gucci's, fresh out the shit. Your fresh fucking
fresh girlfriend, nigga.
Shit, right? This fresh girlfriend, all that shit, right?
Model bitch.
All three of these chicks are still in debt, right?
And he ain't got no charges brought up on him though.
This. Then they say, per the investigation, the investigators believe that he has scammed more than $10 million from women, and then they have a police come on and say, oh yeah, he was running like the biggest Ponzi scheme. He was taking one woman's money and spending it on the next woman. And I keep saying, wasn't enough money. It just wasn't enough money for the shit that this nigga was doing.
Right.
For the lifestyle this nigga was living, it just wasn't enough money.
Right. I mean, because
and not only that,
it should have been pennies on a dollar, right? For him.
So look, no. What you do is you reverse the way you look at it. You don't look at it and say, oh well, we've got all these people who've made complaints against him, and it amounts up to $10 million. You go and you look at what has he spent. How's he spending his money? What is his cost? What is he spending per month for the last 4 or 5 years while he's been running this scam? And you say, this motherfucker has spent $10 million. And then you say, well, we believe that he's got $10 million in scamming women. It's him taking money from one woman and paying to take another woman out. That ain't never going to equal up to $10 million. I don't give a fuck how many dinners and fucking hotels you pay for. You ain't
Private
spending
planes and
$10 million like that fucking romancing no next chick.
Nope.
You ain't getting it.
Right.
You ain't getting it. Slanging gold dick. 24 karat weenie. Dripping gold dust. Leaving a trail to the bathroom.
With enough
You
money.
ain't getting 10 million? Get the fuck out of here. 10
Unless you in
million?
porn.
That's
Come the
nothing
Unless
you
you in
can
porn,
do that
nigga.
would make me give you 10
Unless you in
I
porn,
don't,
nigga.
I don't even have
Unless
it to
you in
give
porn,
you.
nigga.
I don't even know where to get it from to fucking give you. That's not like some rich people problem. Because bitch, I never had it and I can't get it.
What they problem is they don't know what the fuck that
guess
man
what?
do.
And if that's what you
Right.
need, you
That's
can
what
always
it
count
is.
a whole like me saying that it was nice knowing you. We ain't even gotta like speak and we see each other again. I'm good with that. You looking for some other shit and even that I don't want to give it to you because even if I had it I wouldn't, but I can't. And so you on a whole nother level and you can go deal with them other level hoes. They got them, but I'm just not that chick.
Huh? Hey, and not only that though, with the whole they just don't know what that nigga do. Um, through all this bullshit, he didn't get charged with nothing. He didn't get cracked for nothing. That
And
nigga
then
was
I
out
gotta
like
drop on him. And then I gotta drop on him that bitch. I'm the fucking prize. And if anything, you gonna be spending 10 G's on me.
that
That's my
nigga was
guy
out
right
on the
here.
streets, nigga, right back at it like an addict, nigga.
My
You
guy
know what I'm
right
I
saying?
mean, he
here.
don't look rough enough for me. Like ain't nobody whipped his ass enough.
My nigga Peter was with the shits.
Man, he tried to get some of that 10 million. Air quotes, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just because he didn't tell you bitches who he really was, don't mean he really wasn't nobody. You gotta understand that. Because yeah, he was living a lifestyle. You can't this nigga had Bentleys and Ferraris and you know what I'm saying? You can't just get that off of
Yeah.
no 2, 3 bitches with no $50,000, $60,000. Where's it gonna come from? The math don't work.
Another
But what they
another
fucked up
thing,
about is they
that's
don't
what
know
I'm
where he
saying.
getting this money from.
He don't know where he's getting his money from. Another thing that fucked me up, right? And motherfuckers can say I'm tripping if they want to, but uh, I think that the whole all those communications and pictures that he was sending to old girl after he found out that she was selling his shit and wasn't sending him money and all that, the pictures from the hostel and all of that, I think all that was cap.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think all that was cap. I think that here, let me just say this. Okay, you got arrested for false passport, false credit card, and then you had the fraud cases back in Israel. They fucking extradite you back to Israel, fuck the cases out there with Interpol shit, right? They don't even press you on that shit. And you get 15 months for the fraud and you do 5 months on it, right? That sound like somebody had a decent fucking attorney.
Right? That costs more than what them bitches was running him.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And then the nigga gets out and gets right back to balling.
And
Now
then this is
we gotta assume that this nigga is not back on Tinder swindling bitches.
understand this. And then this is Israel, bro. They got laws out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Israel don't be bullshitting with their laws. Yeah, that nigga had to turn that motherfucker spread some of that door around if they don't know how he got, nigga, and got on out the way. Jumped back on Tinder, got him a model bitch, went and bought him 2, 3 used hot ass cars. And continue hitting the grab, nigga. Continue doing his shit, nigga. All in on the yachts and shit. I mean,
That nigga selling his little course for $311 or
right. And
$331,
it's like,
whatever it was.
if I did get you, okay, so say I did get him, right? So say that's cool. That was just gaming. I was fucking with y'all, see what I can do with y'all. Like, that shit didn't mean nothing to me. Like, that shit didn't mean nothing to me. I did it because y'all let me. And when I got into it, just for the fact of being a man of my pride, I went on my little tangent trying to get you back in because I didn't want to lose that little punk ass game that I was playing. Like, I was wanting to string you motherfuckers on till, I ended the shit. But it ended the way that it did, and I didn't like that shit. So, with all of that fluff that they put into the show to build the angst of the show and all that shit. Because at the end of the day, it really didn't stop shit. The bitches are still in debt. This nigga's still out there balling. They was just trying to sell a story that at first wasn't really all that interesting. Just like when I flashed you that the clip that I seen it on when I first tripped off of it in the true crime shit. They made it sound low key more interesting than the fucking YouTube joint. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's all just to sell a story. I mean, sell a story though, sell a show. Because that shit, what I mean, it was cool, but it all amounted to nothing. It didn't change. Didn't that change? It just basically shined the light on how motherfuckers be getting got over the internet, which they always do. You know what I'm saying? There's all types of shows and YouTube clips that you can watch about bras getting got. Just like your boy Caleb, West M Caleb, nigga, boom, nigga. Everybody knew that nigga from the internet. That they all over the place. So bitches should be more careful. They should know better anyway by now. We've been in this world at this age of information. You should have been and checked on that nigga. Should have been and read his name, his motherfucking all the shit. Y'all don't do it. Then you end up losing fucking that shit. Not doing your background checks cost your ass, what was it, 140,000? Altogether, how much was it? $250,000?
So I mean, and
That's what it cost y'all, nigga, for not being diligent.
and just to
You know
bring
what
it
I'm
to
saying?
a serious note too, that's why so many people have trust issues. I mean,
Who fault is that?
yes, I do. Hold on. It's not taking away that I'm not saying that that's too fucking gullible. But sometimes it doesn't even have. Sometimes it don't even be anything. Not even nonsense as drastically as drastic it is, and it could be simple shit. Like it could be some shit like, hey, can you pick me up? My car broke down. I'm just saying that in reality, that's why. Like, do you really not think that you gonna? Because even if he's still winning on the front end, he's gonna get dealt with on the back end. And like, even if he lives out all his natural days good, you got to believe that the way his karma gonna come back, he gonna have a terrible fucking afterlife. If you
Or
would believe in such a thing,
or
like
he'll
I
make a
can't believe that, like life would allow you to do this shit and not even be remotely accountable.
I
Not
mean,
even like a little bit
he
suffer.
did 15 months. Well, they hit it with 15 months. 5 on good behavior. He paid his debt to society. Leave that man alone. It ain't his fault he got good lawyers. That's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That was his karma. He may make a couple bad business endeavors in the future, but I mean, hell, it ain't his fault. It's $250,000. How much karma you think that's gonna have? And if that do aid
Well, we
motherfucking
know.
to these
Well,
people's
hold
trust
on,
issues,
but we
then
know
that's
that
what
he just
therapy is
got
for.
caught for the 200 event. We already know that he's comfortable doing this. He's been doing this.
It's a hellified lesson to learn, but they learned it. And if they have a motherfucking issue with it, they can always talk to a goddamn shrink. You know what I'm
So that's
saying?
what you believe in your heart, that something go in front of a judge, and just because you may get to put it on there, don't mean you guilty of the fucking crime. Is that what we saying? That's what we doing?
That's what I'm saying. The law is saying. And
Mm.
I'm going by the law. Because when I'm in front of that motherfucker, I got to abide by that bitch. And if they tell me I paid my debt to society after 14 years and I only end up doing 12 years and 7 months, then my debt is paid, motherfucker. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If I had better lawyers, I probably wouldn't have had that much goddamn time. That's how the law work around this bitch. I mean, I ain't telling no lies. You know what I'm saying? If I had better legal representation, I probably could have got away with 7. 3. Shit, ain't no telling. But I didn't. I had to take what I had to take because I damn sure did what I was blaming me to do. Like, nigga, I was guilty. Shit, what was I supposed to say? You know what I'm saying? My lawyers didn't do a good job at finding no loopholes or hiding that fact, nigga. They
So
didn't
if
prove enough
somebody's
reasonable
supposed to
doubt.
do 35 years, they only do 3 years.
That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's the law, baby. The law. Not me. The law. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Keith, I just think that, like, yes, I do think that, no, it's not even at what point do we hold the women accountable. Like, they straight, I mean, this was some classic. Again, I don't, maybe because my mind is don't think on that elevated type of level, shame on fucking me. But I can't wrap my mind, like you said, like, because if you had it like that, then I'm sorry. Let me back it up. If you didn't have it like that, two things. Why you felt so comfortable asking me, and you just met me. So who would you fucking would have called if you didn't know me? Call that motherfucker. Call them. Call him.
Apparently, you got the audacity, nigga. Like you just know people passing out this type of shit.
Cause you couldn't, not even even after fucking 6 months to a year, you still couldn't ask me that. So that's why I say, so when you ain't been knowing me that long, and you comfortable asking me to get you a lot of credit like that, who would you have called if I would? Cause I would think that your lifestyle is set up to what somebody already reserved for you. Cause I mean, you are introducing me to you in this lifestyle. It ain't like you came to me with fucking kibbles and bits. And I might be, bitch, I feel sorry for y'all. Maybe take you to work 2 days a week.
That's because you got sense.
But I don't get that. Cause I think, cause to me, rich gonna think rich. If you need it that bad, you got somebody else you can fucking call. Bitch,
I'm not finna ask you for shit.
I don't have it. Let's be clear. I don't fucking have it. I'm not making any justice to you like I do have it. I don't have it. And then even if I had some, it wouldn't even touch a abrasion of what you need. So who would you fucking call if you wasn't calling me? Then call them.
I know a lot of people who I've known all my life who've known me all their lives, nigga. And I wouldn't have all that to ask them for $35,000. Neither one of them. That's just crazy.
I'm not saying the world stops.
And they all love me.
Behind that money, but again, I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's not exactly kibbles and bits. It's not exactly you asking me for, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot, bro.
That's a
crazy.
lot. That's
and for you to just give it.
Hold on, because
Max said.
Because again, it had to be somebody on that type of salary anyway. Because I need to know if you need that type of money, then me driving a Honda and living in an apartment wouldn't constitute me having that money for you. Because if that's the case, I'd have a couple of homes somewhere. Hopefully I have some real estate and some equity where I could move some shit around to help a nigga out. But and you met me on Silver Springs in a 1-bedroom. I don't understand where you think because I'm just saying, obviously if I had some money, I'd spend it on. I elevate my lifestyle a little bit, right?
Right.
I'll leave it out of an apartment to a house, right? I mean, right.
I wouldn't be in the Honda.
What if when you met him, he was Mr. Right and he was doing big money moves kind of outside of your area expertise and knowledge, like on a whole nother level?
I still don't have it to give.
Now the nigga just got some problems and he needs your $35,000.
Right quick. Just tie some shit together.
Yeah, just put some shit together. He gonna run it right back to you.
Let's be clear. I need to be your last call.
Very last, after you done prayed on it and everything. After you done prayed on it so God can put it on my heart. You know what I'm saying?
God, 7 angels.
And all that so they can put it on my heart, nigga, because that's exactly what you gonna need. Nigga. Man, nigga. It'll take a lot, nigga. A lot.
When Dot in the apartment made stand, he said, you pray and you cry, and you pray and you cry, you pray and you cry, and you pray and you cry. Then I could be your call. Because you can pray and cry 5 different occasions before you even get to me. I just need you to exhaust all those possibilities before you even call me. And even though when you call me, you need that type of money. I'm not finna braid your coattails.
You just gonna be practicing, nigga.
You need to touch the bottom. You need to touch the hem of Jesus' garment, his robe.
All we can do together is pray on it, nigga. That's all we got.
What if you just had it like that?
Nah.
You just got 240,000 just under the mattress. You don't trust banks. Just cash your checks and shit. Put the bread under there. Been doing that shit for 14 years.
I would think that I would like to think that if you were a woman on your shit,
you wouldn't run a nigga shoebox. You wouldn't run a nigga shoebox shell.
Yeah. You listen though. You could just make sure that nigga sign a contract, nigga. So whenever he got going on, nigga, you can fight that shit, get that shit back in court.
Don't worry about no contract because I'm not.
Put some legal protection on yourself. You can be nice.
Because I really be like, for real.
Just put some protection on yourself. That's all.
You ain't look.
Make the nigga sign some shit.
Every conversation about be like, nobody you can call, nobody.
On video, nigga.
You know, your daddy.
Because that nigga had all the aliases,
Like,
nigga.
I
That
know
nigga
your
had like
daddy
18
mad at
aliases.
you, but he can't loan you $500,000. Your boy can't. He can't loan it to you.
He worth some billions, nigga. You can't get that from your daddy?
Who you know?
Matter of
Like, you
fact,
got
Pops is on
be
the
like
run
you
too.
got. I forgot you roll with friends.
next time you talk to that nigga, let him know I need about 50,000, and then we can
I don't
get
have
together.
$500
Pops is on the
for you,
run.
babe.
You know,
I don't have $500,000.
the enemies
If
was
I
after
if I
Pops too.
did
Remember?
if I did have
It was
$500,000
Pops'
for you,
enemies.
then you would have
Right.
probably met me in Greece. If I had that, that's where you'd be meeting me there, and we would be swindle swiping.
But yeah, I don't think his wealth, his overall wealth, had nothing to do with them broads.
Nah, I didn't.
I think he was just, having fun with them broads, seeing how far he can go. How low can you go? Hey, how low can you go? That's
Yeah, I
it.
think he
You know what
had
I'm saying?
something
'Cause he,
altogether different
yeah,
going on that was paying the bills. And whatever shit he was doing with them was just on some recreational shit because he could.
right,
You know what
right.
I'm saying? Like, fuck that. I got game. I might as well shake it.
Might as well use it. She fell for it.
I think that whole fucking persona that billionaire son shit was his cover
What his
in
claim to fame?
some other shit, some other bigger money shit
Right.
that he was kind of moving, and that whatever he was doing with these chicks and shit, right, flying them out and this
He
that
got
and the
caught
third,
up
big
in.
partying was just part of the shit, right, part of the whole fucking front. And why not? Shit, if I can get your ass to pay for it, why not?
And let me and let's go on record to say that I would think that he had to been bringing in some serious money to actually have the baby mama and the kids
Hey,
involved.
T Birdie.
Because ain't too much, to even have them involved in that, to even take a chance of getting them charged with that. That's your baby mama. If your dumb ass gonna go to jail, somebody got to raise the kid.
Well, that's what I was saying about the baby mama, right? Like, it was something else about him that made her say, you know what,
I'm gonna
fuck
go
that
on
little
with
money.
you with this, right?
I'm gonna go fuck with you anyway.
That's what he had to
And
be
got
bringing in
pregnant.
some serious money, like
That's what I'm trying to say.
mean, just to turn a blind eye to that. Then not turn a blind eye, but be like, you know what, it's working right now. What?
We cool.
Remember, she had a whole conversation with the first chick. She was telling her what a wonderful father and what a wonderful man he was, even though they wasn't together. He still takes care of them, pay for all their shit.
On the pond.
Of course, y'all probably helped as of late, but yeah, he does his shit.
And then I guess it just begs the wonder too that what's really the deal? Your baby mama that fucking down for you? Like she got
She was that fucking ass. She was with the business.
She knows something they don't know.
Said no
That's
baby
all.
mama ever. Like I got that much.
She knows something they don't know. He put her to the side like, look, man, we can work this shit. You know what I'm saying? You just, I use you when I need you, bitch. I didn't need you this time. You know what I'm saying?
What we can say is this, right? That whole documentary, I ain't seen nobody talk about him being an asshole. I mean, other than taking the bread, right?
No.
Like, shit, everybody was loving his ass, loving the shit out of him.
Until they wasn't, right?
Until they
I
wasn't.
mean, the only motherfucker they can finally say something bad about him was the bitch that got took. Everybody else they talked to, wasn't nobody say nothing bad about the nigga. Everything was about, all the slander came from them bros. Because like Max said, even his baby mama was talking about how much of a good man and father he was. So,
what up, bro? We're about to switch the topics right now. So, I know you guys been hearing this bullshit for the last 3-4 days, right? Well, here, let's do it like this, and let's let the audience come to their own conclusion.
All right. You know, I was just listening to Congressman LaMalfa from California, and I couldn't agree with him more. You know, here we are in the United States, where crime is skyrocketing. Fentanyl is crossing the border in record amounts and is the #1 cause of death for ages 18 through 45. And here today, I see this headline, and I just Googled it and came up with this one from blackenterprise.com. The headline says, "The Biden administration to fund the distribution of crack pipes and syringes to promote racial equity." On Monday, applications closed for the Biden administration's new $30 million grant program to provide crack pipes and smoking kits to promote racial equity. Are you kidding me?
So we've been living with this narrative. We've been living with this narrative for the last couple of few days that the Biden administration is passing out crack pipes to the Black community in some kind of show of fucking racial equity. Just don't make no fucking sense whatsoever. And people have kind of been responding to that. It's funny, right? I put this clip up for a purpose, right? This is Debbie Lesko, who is the Republican representative for Arizona. She's one of the congresswomen out of Arizona. And she's actually on the floor of Congress giving this speech. And it's funny because she says, she actually quotes Black Enterprise magazine, right? As though the research and the allegation is kind of being made by Black folks, right? So therefore it must be true, right? Actually, what she did is she read the headline from that story. That story actually was dissecting the entirety of the $30 million fucking bill and what actually what the money was actually going for, right? As opposed to the Republicans' dog whistle that the Biden administration, who I'm really not willing to throw very much bail on very much of anything at this stage, fucking their presidency and shit, right? But they've been blowing this dog whistle that says that the Biden administration is so insensitive that in some Black Lives Matter, George Floyd justice type move, that they would hand out crack pipes so that it would better our community, and that would be something that Kamala Harris, first of all, would sign off on, or any other fucking professional politicians would actually run with. The thing about it is that headlines sell, and people generally don't take the time to, actually read what's behind the headlines. And so somebody like Debbie Lesko, who is speaking from a position of authority to her constituents and to the vast majority of fucking Republicans across the country, and she's quoting Black Enterprise magazine as making this allegation. That's not what happened. There was some internet fucking source, some internet publication and shit, right, that was commenting on the bill and what the money was going for. There is a provision in the bill that here, let me do it like this. There's a provision in the bill that provides for what they call the harm reduction program, right? The harm reduction program is simply a program that addresses a variety of different high-risk activities that would have the propensity to spread infectious diseases, right? And so me and Frank was talking about this last night. I actually pulled up the actual grant that they were asking, where they were asking for the money. So you got all this different shit that's going on that they're going to be spending money on. But to go down to the Harm Reduction Act, which is on page 8. So here it says, grant funds must be used primarily to support the following required harm reduction activities. So if they do give you money, then you have all these various things, all the way from this one that's assess organizational readiness, blah, 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 all the way down to what the harm reduction program is. Right somewhere along in there, if you look down here where it says one of the things that they will do with some of the money is purchase equipment and supplies to enhance harm reduction efforts, such as, and then they give you a whole list of various different things that they do to provide people safe access and safe testing and a variety of different things that stop you from spreading HIV, various STIs, hepatitis, nowadays COVID. So you got, they got vending machines. They're doing testing kits. They got medication lock boxes, FDA approved overdose reversal medication, which is like if you overdose on heroin, they give you that shot in your heart. I don't know what it's called, but that kind of shit. Safe sex kits. This is what they went in on. Safe smoking kits and supplies. And when you identify what a safe smoking kit is, it's a variety of different things, lighters, fucking this, that, and the third, but you do get a pipe. You know what I'm saying? Depending on if that's what you smoke. If you smoke meth, they'll give your ass a meth pipe if that's available. If you smoke crack, if you do heroin, they'll give your ass a syringe. That shit has been out forever and ever.
I mean, Mother Teresa. I mean, the nurses. I mean, the nuns at the Catholic Church, the women running the little mission houses. They've been doing that. And it mostly is part of their granting. I mean, unless you know anything about grants and grant writing, I mean, maybe, but I would think that would be common sense that if you know anything about
epinephrine, that's it.
If you know anything about just how grants and stuff work for places like that do help you to people that transition, then most of it is about. I mean, you go to a nightclub these days and they got a fishbowl full of fucking condoms. How different is it?
Right.
It's not the fact that it's really promoting sex, but it's saying that if you're gonna do it, here's some fucking protection. Because one thing, you're not gonna stop a fucking crack addict from smoking a fucking crack pipe. So what they're saying is that at least if we can provide, we can't stop the fucking act altogether, stupid asses. But what we can do is that we'll give you a clean syringe. Hopefully, now it's not, and trust me, anybody that's doing that shit, I'm pretty sure is always with a mixed or emotional heart. But they still got fucking plan Bs for you hoes that come the next day that do have insurance and can afford birth control, but you still are getting it.
So now here's the funny thing for me, right? And it was kind of why I wanted to run the video first, kind of get the audience's response to that dog whistle, right? So when right, that this wasn't no program to fund for just crack pipes to give to the Black community. First of all, the harm reduction program covers all Americans, right? Drug use is highest in fucking rural white America, not urban Black America, right? We're talking about crack use too, right? But drug use overall, right, there's more white people. 50% of drug use in America is done by white people. Right. And then all the rest of us make up the other 50%. So let's dispense with the idea that crack drugs is a Black problem.
That it was just
specifically crack is a Black problem. But we do have to live with the idea and the fucking the reality that the perception of crack is that it's a Black drug. Right. We know that the numbers don't really say that. But the
Right.
perception, when you say crackhead, you think of, somebody black, right? Fucking dried up lips and, fucking in the alley and shit trying to get a hit. The idea that you have a program, they're trying to give $30 million to fund 27 different things, right? And that the Republicans would pick the one line of the one thing and then turn it into a black thing. And we go for that shit. Like, we immediately go with the fuck Biden. Like I said, I'm not throwing Biden no bail, right? I got problems with Biden on some whole other shit. This ain't it, though. This ain't it at all, right? This was specifically designed for us, black folks, to be on some fuck Biden shit.
And let's be clear, when
come
Whoopi
2.5
was coming
years
about this
from
not
now,
being racist, this exactly is the definition of some racist shit.
Real spill. Come 2.5 years from now, if we don't address it, like, fuck what Biden and them say, right? Because they'll just say that that's just spin. But if we don't address shit like this in our own community and how people try to manipulate us emotionally in order to get us to vote a particular way, see, it's long range game and shit, right? Mm-hmm. Guaranteed, if this doesn't get addressed, this will come back up. Feel what I'm saying? 2023, when they start running for the next presidency again. It might come up when you start thinking about Democrats that are attached to Biden that have to run next year for seats in the fucking Congress and shit, right? Local seats, fucking mayorships, governors, shit like that, right? So, when you got a Republican running against you, the first thing they're going to say is this Democrat supported, giving crack pipes to the fucking black community as though that was racial equity. Blacks, are y'all going to support that? And niggas be quick to fucking take the fucking dog whistle, right? Like, nigga, it's food, shit. We own it. We don't want to read shit. Frank, you seen how quick I found that shit, right? Last night we was in the middle of a fucking text conversation. I pulled up the whole motherfucking document. It's that easy.
Right. That's just what I was about to say.
But that's just how common it is that most people not gonna take the time to read.
That's what I say. Niggas don't do their motherfucking investigations. They don't do their motherfucking research. And end up running right smack. And two, this is a perfect example of how they use the media to control you stupid motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
And she played right into their hand. Like you said, she went with the article that she thought was valid. But I'm not even just mad at her. I'm just mad at her people. Her people should have fact checked that.
Nah, that was the point.
That didn't even sound. Again, I don't have to be in grand.
Yeah, that was political firepower.
That probably was a stipulation of somebody getting some funding.
That was political firepower.
So the fact that she ran with it and didn't even be like,
No. That was political firepower. She shot that shit on purpose. She could have got that shit from any source. Nigga, I was on YouTube when my man told me about it, and the motherfucker talking about it was white. She could have got that shit from anywhere. She shot that shit on purpose. She dumped that like my man said. This long range game.
I don't believe in my heart that she was that stupid. I see where you're going because it is stupid. Right? Well, I think you was that stupid to address it like that.
I'm telling you, my nigga Mac backed me up real quick when he came with the facts. I was like, damn. And then I got thinking about it like, at first I was on some bullshit like when they should put that shit in different fucking types of fucking areas as opposed to passing out clean kids. But then I thought it's only $30 million.
She jumped on that shit just $30 million.
It was, you know what I'm saying? Back to the all the way up on that shit because I was like, yeah. But just fucking like I was saying, that's
the narrative that the GOP is pushing right now.
Right.
But then my whole
and they're pushing it to us.
That
message. Look, let me tell you something, right? All these fucking Republican politicians coming out on fucking Fox News and in goddamn Congress and wherever the fuck, right? And all saying the same things, right? Oh my God, Joe Biden and crack pipes in the fucking black community. They don't give a fuck about they constituents don't give a fuck about they constituents wasn't voting for Joe Biden no way.
Right.
They talking to us. They saying 4 years from now, in not 4 years, 2.5 years from now, when it's time for y'all to think about who you want to be your president, we want you guys to remember that this motherfucker that y'all voted for because you just wanted Trump out of the way is a racist. And here's all the shit. They're going to start with the crime bill. And they're going to bring it all the way right now to this shit.
Right.
And you
They're going to throw the Ice Cube shit up in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
hey,
yeah. That's
why
going to
niggas
be a big talking point.
That's why niggas got to know better though. Like motherfuckers got to really start doing their research, especially if you plan on voting or you follow politics, because real news is out there just that fast, just that simple.
What it comes about is that
and understand that we broke the real news first. You know what I'm saying? The Piranha Pond gave you that real shit first. Everybody else just running the whole fact that fucking Biden was putting crack pipes in the hood. You know what I'm saying? But nigga, we did the research. So you getting facts, nigga. Piranha facts around this bitch.
Piranha facts, baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got to get better in our political voting processes, especially if y'all trying to make a difference. And also, like we've always been preaching, get into your local politics. At the end of the day, all that shit is bullshit. You get into your local politics, you can so you can control where that money is going to. So you can try to eliminate some of these red lines and all this other bullshit they be trying to hold over our heads. You got to get more righteous politicians in more strategic places that are more local than that other big name bullshit. I don't even know no crack smokers, so that shit wouldn't make no difference to me either way it go.
Well, I was gonna say is this that I was gonna say this and being that in my family, I've seen people battle with mental health on both on all sides. That at some point you could only hope that whatever center, food pantry or place to live for the night or sleep for the cold that your loved one or relative is going to, that they could only provide them with some safe measures, and stuff like that. And and like I said, it's a sensitive area. But again, like I said, if you have the if some point in your life, somebody is affected or being affected by mental health illness or drugs, that you could appreciate that in some small measure,
Well, what I will say is that I'm like Frank. Everybody that I knew that used crack recreationally is all fucking. They're all recovered and all in their own shit, living life, paying their bills and shit, doing better than me. All the motherfuckers, right?
All the shit.
And
all the shit.
I need to be borrowing some shit from them right about now. What I will say though is, if you are smoking crack, right, and you was looking forward to a clean smoking kit, you can pretty much forget about it, because Joe Biden succumbed to the political pressure and said that he would only sign a $30 million bill if they took the harm reduction program out of it.
And which is kind of sad because but you know what?
So you motherfuckers that need some help, y'all don't get no help. They tried to make
hold on, because you know what's sad? This conversation, this not the first time this didn't happen to play. This happened to play the same time when somebody was being squeezed about money for mental health, and they was like a bitch and they folded. And now we got everybody out here suffering from mental health, and they can't get the money allocated for the help and the medicine they need. So if somebody wouldn't have been a bitch then and was like, no, we gonna stand on mental health. Like, no, let's take it on gun reform. But I'm just saying, I'm just throwing some shit out there, and not that one cause would have been greater than the other, but it would seem like the humane would have been thing. The humane thing to do would have been like not take the bite on mental health. Because now here we are.
Right. That's why it's so important to
church full of people. You got people taking out somebody from a high rise. You got people going join a fucking militia just because they want to. I'm just saying, like we just said, we got people got real mental health fucking problems. And again, you can't
be dope.
People to be in no long term because the money is not accounted for. But at the same time, who was the person that signed off on HMO? It's like, oh yeah, that whole had a baby tomorrow. Let her ass out the next day.
So look, right?
All right.
It's crazy because if you get off into your local politicians, then you can have a hand in some of where they be zoning on them bullshit ass liquor stores
Yeah.
and all that property for bullshit you don't need, like smoke
Right.
shops and shit. And you can actually put mental health walk-in clinics. You can go in there and talk to a motherfucker. They ain't gonna charge you nothing because it's all funded by, you know, whatever fuck it's funded
Right.
by. But it ain't no motherfucking liquor store and it ain't no motherfucking smoke shop. They zone that type of shit there. If you got somebody in those local political areas that will fight for better shit in our areas, then we wouldn't have liquor stores on every corner. They
Give
wouldn't
me
just
a
be able to just
bodega
put
with
that
that good
shit
sauce.
in our neighborhoods. You know what I mean? So, you know, all that big shit that they talking about with that shit, and really at the end of the day, we can take care of ourselves if they give us the money they're supposed to give us from the federal motherfucking government, because that's what the fuck it's there for. You get better people in a position to allocate it the way it's supposed to be allocated, then goddamn it, it's gonna go the way it's supposed to go. And you know, other people of, you know, of any type of sympathy that want to help, go ahead and help whoever they gonna help. But we gotta start getting that money allocated the right way from the federal government into our neighborhoods. And you can't do that without righteous politicians, or at least politicians that care about where you come from, or shit, hell, come from where you come from. Because we all know righteous motherfuckers that could possibly take the job. Don't be afraid to throw their name in the hat. Don't be afraid to get behind them. Don't be afraid to ask for money for super PACs. Nigga, you do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, because we got to start doing something, man. They ain't trying to take care of us. So we got to take care of us. And, nigga, can't stop the people from voting for you. You know what I mean? So, fuck that. We need to really start making an invasion on local politics.
That was a good one.
Indeed. Well, that brings us to the end of another good one. I want to thank everybody for joining us. The Piranha Pond StreamCast Live. Love you, Mama now. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. Shout out to my boy Nick Nass. Man, holler at me. Let me know you made it up or down that hill, whichever way you was going.
Hope you made it.
Shout out to the wife in the comments getting it in.
Nick, let us know you good. We don't play that with you like that.
Shout out to the entire comment section. T Birdie,
my nigga Rail,
Mimi,
everybody
Mama,
in here,
Mama Nell,
Mama Nell.
We love it all.
Indeed. Justin the Alpha.
Young Justin Alpha in the building. We seen you.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying?
If you joined us on the YouTube side of the game, jump over to, if you joined us on the Facebook side of the game, jump over to YouTube. Give us a sub over there. It always helps out. We always like that. If you catch us on a replay, leave a comment. Shows up in real time. Nick always likes that. He's up at 4:30 in the morning, answering comments in real time. What else? If you join us on either platform, join us on Clubhouse. We got a club over there called the Piranha Pond. Jump in. We usually have a room over there popping off or something, talking about this good shit that we've been talking about. What else? Any other church announcements? None. Pretty much that's it. I want to thank everybody for joining us on the Piranha Pond StreamCast Live at 5/7 Central. Y'all know what it is, what it has been, what it always will be. We have been this, and now we are